to another video. I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different in my bedroom today, and I wanted to do a what's in my bag video because I love watching them and I love seeing what other people have in their bags. Sometimes it just makes me think of all the things I should have in my bag. So today I wanted to show you guys what I have in mine, and this time I have my bag that I used yesterday when I went to the coffee shop to work, because I like to just sometimes step out of the house to do my sketching, my planning, my reading, all the stuff that basically is not painting that has to do with my art and the work that I do. It's a pretty heavy bag. So this bag I got a couple weeks ago, and I love hanging stuff on it because I don't know, I feel like a black plain bag is cute, but it's cute as a blank canvas so I can decorate it. And I have these little foggler on it that I am so obsessed with. I love these guys' teeth. They're ugly, but they're supposed to be, and that's why I love them. And they have little undies. They're so cute. I have this bunny, this heart that came with the bag. It's a juicy bag. Well, no, actually, this came with another bag. And a keychain from a coffee shop that I go to all the time. And then on this side, I have my headphones that don't fit in my bag because it's at its full capacity, but I cannot leave my house without. Oh, and I have this Hello Kitty keychain hanging on my zipper. So I'm struggling here to show the bag because my dog's in my lap and I don't want to squish him with this very heavy bag. So I guess I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a arm lift right here because he looks so comfortable. I don't want to move him. So like I said, I have my headphones that I use all the time, and these are, I never heard of this brand before, honestly. These are just some cheap headphones that I bought because I needed new ones. My old ones were breaking. And these have been really good, actually. I don't remember where exactly I got them. I think it was Amazon, but I got them like a year ago and they're still working fine. So honestly, I have never really had to invest a lot on my headphones. I know that it makes a difference once you do. Like, a lot of my friends have told me that once they moved on to having better quality headphones, like, they can tell the difference. But honestly, I like to live in ignorance. I don't even want to know why the others are better because these are so good that I don't want to know that they're not. Now, I don't know where to begin with my bag because it has 3 different compartments. It has 2 on each side that have a little magnetic clip to close, and the middle is the zipper where I put all my smaller things. So I guess let's start with the sides because it's easier. First thing I have on one of the sides is my journal. I actually have multiple journals, so I shouldn't say my journal, but one of my journals. And this one is the one that I've been using for a long time to write about like my art ideas, and not so much art that I want to make or that I'm painting, but more just stuff that I'm learning. So this is more like my art consumption journal, which I don't know if that's a thing, but I think later I want to do another more specific video on all my journals because this one is almost full. This is all that's left, and I think I can fill that up in like a couple days. So yeah, most of it is full. And here is where I write my opinions on movies that I really like or books that I've read. And whenever I study art, any topic that I am currently interested in, I write it down here. I do my study with me videos, and this is where I write all of my notes. Sometimes I write my scripts for some of my videos in here too. Basically anything that has to do with my thoughts about art that I've consumed or that I am enjoying at the moment. And it's definitely not something that I do for everything. I don't feel that every single book I read and every movie that I watch, even if I do like them, needs to be deep dived into. This is something that I do only when I really feel like it. I do make a lot of lists as well where I decide what I want to talk about or think about later. I made a list of movies that I wanted to watch, and most of them I did watch. So here's Lost in Translation, Lady Bird, Spencer, Macbeth, Gone Girl, Becoming Jane, Anna Karenina. I have a list of different art topics that I've been interested in. Well, they're not all art, they're art and history that I wanted to do my research on. So I have them here. When I want to write or read about something and I don't have anything in mind at the moment, I just come back to this list and I pick something from here. And like I said, it's almost done, so I am already moving on to what my next journal is gonna be, because that's my favorite part. I love starting a journal. And then on that same pocket of my bag, I had my tablet and my keyboard, which I like to bring with me when I go write at the coffee shop, because I am currently writing a lot. I've been writing a story that is inspired of a series of paintings that I'm working on. I've been writing that one for a long time. I just took a long break from it and I'm back at it. So I try to write at least a couple paragraphs every time I sit down, just because I need to continue working on it. Sometimes I finish a whole chapter, sometimes I can't, but at least I can add a little something to my story. This is what my tablet looks like. I got these stickers online. It was like a bunch of stickers, and the back ones, they're not actually stuck on my tablet. I have them with double-sided tape on it so that I can just take them off if I don't want to keep them there anymore. And now for my second pocket, which I can now move freely that my dog moved away. I have another journal. I carry multiple journals with me every time I go to the coffee shop. I have my diary, I would say. This one is my journal where I write about my feelings and my mental health. And this one is a little more literal. Everything else, like all my other journals, are more art related, or where I write stories or my thoughts about movies and shows. This one is a little more about just keeping up with my mental health, my everyday, anything interesting that happened in my day. And I think because of that, it's the one that I write on the least. I think that a lot of my thoughts, I process them through my art. So I don't really write too much here because I just write it down in my art journal. But I'm trying to make a habit of writing here more often, because I think that it's fun to be able to look back and see what I did that day. And I try to stick stuff on them. When I went to the ballet show, I went to watch Coppelia. I have some movie tickets, some stuff that I've done with my friends. I like to tape stuff here. This was for the end of the year. I put some flowers here that I got on that last day. So yeah, it's mostly just memories and things from my everyday life that is not art. And I went to a small bookstore and I got these where you can keep track of the books that you're reading, rate them, the date that you completed them. I have to update this because obviously I have read more than 3 books. I just forget to update these, but it's pretty cute and has a little tussle. And then the last other thing on that pocket is my last journal that I currently have in my bag, and this one is my sketchbook that I kind of use as a journal because I also write in here sometimes about stuff I want to paint. But I mostly just draw with markers and I make very, very rough first drafts for my paintings. So like, this is what they look like kinda. I use Crayola markers and I just draw the things that I want to paint straight out from my head, just exactly how I imagine them. Not a lot of detail, not a lot of shading, not a lot of proportion obviously, just so that I can have them off of my brain in a physical form, and then from there I can move on to something more well made. I can work on actual references and then on the canvas, but I just always need to put it down somewhere, and this is what this sketchbook is for. And I have it completely covered in cool stickers that I've found and owned for a long time. And this one's my favorite because I love her, Charlie XCX, of course, on my sketchbook. And now the middle. I love the middle part because it's so much more spacious than you would think. Like, I had all of these on the other 2 side pockets, and there's still so much more space in the center. Like, it's crazy. The first thing, I have this little Victoria's Secret perfume that I am currently obsessed with. This is the Coconut Milk and Rose. And I love anything that has a coconut smell. I love anything that smells even remotely close to coconut. Doesn't matter what else is in it. If there's coconut in the smell, I'm gonna probably love it. And I carry this whole thing with me because I don't currently have a small like purse-sized perfume. And I of course always bring a book with me. This is the book that I'm currently reading. It's The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. I am currently on page 169 and I am loving it. It is a fantasy story that takes place in a more contemporary world, which is always fun. And in this story, people are able to travel across different worlds through these doors that are opened by special keys that not everybody possesses. And it's a really fun story. There's a lot of characters that I don't know how I feel about yet, but I'm loving the main character and it's fun. I like it. Then I have my little pencil case with me that I bring for my journaling, for my book annotations, and for my sketchbooking. I don't have a lot in here. I mostly have a bunch of highlighters. I have these regular size ones, but I also have these little baby ones that I got at Michael's a long time ago. They're pastel, so extra cute. And I have these little bookmarks too that I mostly use for journaling because I have my bookmark in my book. So these little tabs I use for my journals. Then I have my little wallet that used to match the purse that I carried with me all the time, but doesn't matter, it's still cute. And it's a little Juicy Couture that I got for sale. Honestly, it's a little tight. It doesn't really hold cash very well. I don't really carry too much cash with me, but it doesn't. So it's mostly just for cards that I use it for. And then on that same little pocket, I have this mirror, which I love because it has a light on it. And I got a battery with little cinnamon roll on it and a little tooth floss to go. Then on another small pocket over here, I got a hand sanitizer. It smells like vanilla and that's all I need to know. I got these tiny little nail clipper set that it actually comes in very, very helpful. I've barely used it for my actual nails. Usually I use it whenever I need to cut like tags on my clothes or stuff like that, so it's still useful. And then I forgot my makeup bag at my friend's car, so I'm kind of struggling right now, but I do have some makeup in my purse that thank God I was too lazy to put into my makeup bag and I just threw it in my purse. So I have a pen, I have a lip liner and a lipstick. That is actually what I'm wearing today. This is my little combo, and my lip Vaseline that I use actually every night when I go to sleep, so I don't know why that's in my purse, but I only use it at night because it's a little too thick to wear with my lipstick. And these breath sheets. And the last thing in my purse is this little coffee coupon that I'm going to use because I'm gonna get a free coffee. So yeah, this is what I have in my bag when I go to the coffee shop to just be creative and write in my journals and think about ideas and read and write and all of that fun stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you're as nosy as me, you enjoyed looking at what's in my purse. I'm now gonna go and watch some other people's bags because I want to know too. So I hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye!